Watchtower often criticize other religions for passing collection plates or doing fundraising to collect money for their churches. But really, do they have any right to criticize them?
Jehovah's people are generous and want to give. Doing so with the spirit mentioned at 2 Corinthians 9:7, let each one do just as he has resolved in his heart, not grudgingly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver.
Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about, once again, the hypocrisy of Jehovah's Witnesses, of the organization of Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah loves a cheerful giver, and Jehovah's people love to give. And if they do, well, why do you need to entice them so much to give even more? To make sure they know every shape and form that they can give to you, the organization of Jehovah's Witnesses. So today, that's what we are going to talk about, using their brand new video, enticing people, enticing the members of Jehovah's Witnesses to give more and more and more, and again and again and again. But it's not enough for this organization to beg for money. They have to criticize religions, especially religions from Christendom, as they call them, and tell on them. You know, they pass plates or baskets in their churches. Sometimes they even organize fundraisings, or they may even send you pieces of mail, letters, asking you for money. But in what way, I'm asking you, in what way, what this organization of Jehovah's Witnesses does is any different? So let's see what they say first about other religions, and let's compare to what the organization of Jehovah's Witnesses do to do the exact same thing, which is asking for money from their members.
So let's start with the Watchtower December 1st, 1987 here, page 30 and 31. Where do such funds come from is an often asked question. Unlike the churches of Christendom, Jehovah's Witnesses do not take up collections or send out envelopes to solicit donations. Rather, contribution boxes like the treasury chest of biblical times are set up at their kingdom halls.
One of many ways we can display this generous spirit is through our financial donations. We are familiar with placing a contribution in the boxes labeled Contributions for the Worldwide Work at our local Kingdom Hall. Recently, the organization has made some changes to allow for donating online. Some have had questions on how to use these new tools. The donation information page on jw.org can be accessed via the JW Library app or on the website. By selecting the country where you live, you can see the donation methods available to you. Different types of donation methods are available in different countries. How have some been able to put this tool to use? In many countries, we can give using a credit or some debit cards via jw.org. Anyone can make donations online by creating an account if they don't already have one. This makes donating simpler both for you and for the organization. Just as many of us already follow the scriptural pattern at 1 Corinthians 16:2, set something aside every week according to our own means, we can do the same with these online tools. You can set up recurring donations so that this is done automatically every month.
Now tell me what's more convincing. What the Christendom churches do, meaning passing a plate or sending a letter to request for money, or even organizing some type of event to do fundraising, or this type of publicity. This is called an infomercial, which is the same as a commercial, but It's hiding behind the fact that it's teaching you something. Where do you see this type of thing? On TV, of course. If companies and businesses spend millions of dollars in infomercials and commercials, do you know why? Why that is? Because they know it works. They don't pass a plate, they don't send pieces of mail, and they don't even organize events so they can do fundraising. No, they do infomercials and commercials because they know it works. And the organization of Jehovah's Witnesses, being a big business itself, they know it works too. That's why they don't bother letting you on your own figure out how you can give to this organization, which most members already pretty much know what they can do for this organization as far as giving. Now they want to be sure that you know that there's not only the boxes that are silent and in the corners of kingdom halls. You must know, we must tell you in the form of an infomercial, because it works, we must tell you how you can give to the organization.
This is what the Awake magazine, September 8, 1975, page 26 says. Is it not a comfort for them to know that in the local congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses, they will never be tied to pay out a percentage of their income? Nor will unscriptural money-raising schemes be imposed on them. It is at the Kingdom Hall that unobstructive contribution box is located for use by those who wish voluntarily to give money to support the work of the congregation. Donations mailed to the headquarters of the Watchtower Society are also unsolicited and entirely voluntary. Now, if it's so voluntary, and if most members of Jehovah's Witnesses already know they have those boxes in Kingdom Halls, and they also already know for years, when I was there, I knew already, they already know that there are other ways to give to this organization. So why the need then to do this?
My biggest challenge in making donations was remembering to put the donation in the box. But one day I was on the JW website and saw that there was a way to make online donations. And what was even better was that I could program an automatic donation of the same amount every month. So every month I receive a receipt that my donation has gone through. And that makes me very happy because I can help Jehovah every month. And this way, it's easy.
Did you hear what she said? I can help Jehovah every month. Jehovah, the Almighty God, can't help himself. We need to help him, okay? He can't make his own money. We need to give him the money that we manage as human beings to make.
Or perhaps we'd rather have our donation transferred electronically right from our bank account. In some countries, a bank account is provided that will allow you to transfer funds directly to the branch office. Simply use the tools provided by your bank to set up a direct donation to this account.
We can easily go to the jw.org website and use the donations page to donate online directly from our account, just as we would make any other money transfers.
Now, do you know any better way than telling your members to link their bank account to yours? So even if they forget to give you money on a regular basis, well, the bank won't. So you'll be sure that even if they're dead and they have a bank account for a while, you'll be sure that you keep on getting their money every month. This is absolutely amazing. Isn't it more powerful than just passing a basket in the rows of churches' services? I think it is.
Some prefer to contribute by check or money order. The details on where to mail this type of donation can also be found on jw.org.
Well, each month when I watch JW Broadcasting and see all the things that are going around over the earth, I would like to show them my appreciation for this hard work that the brothers do. And now the way I can do that, since I'm no longer able to do much physically, is by writing them a check and this letter of appreciation.
Look how sneaky they are. In this particular case, they are using an older woman for two reasons. First of all, they want you to understand that even if you are older, well, you can still be useful. You can still give us your money. And secondly, they know that older people tend to not use the internet and many times tend to not trust the internet, so they would never link their credit card, their bank account to the Watchtower account through the internet. They rather write a check. So here we see an older lady writing a check, so you as an older person can do the same. You see, you can still write a check even if you're older and scared of using the internet to give us your money.
Other methods of donating might involve charitable planning. We could arrange to give assets at our death through a will, trust, life insurance policy, or retirement plan. During our life or at our death, we could also donate certificates of deposit, stocks and bonds, as well as saleable real estate.
So remember well here, you can give through certificate of deposits, stock and bonds, insurance, and sellable real estate. Do you know of any other church, any other religion that knows better how to tell you how to give your money and everything you own? I don't know of any.
We are living in the days when unexpected events take place, just as the Bible foretold. So we decided to make charitable plans so that our material assets can be used to advance Jehovah's work.
Now you need to know that this organization has done that in the past. Convincing older people to give their asset to them once they died. And what you need to know is that in some cases, and I know a case myself here in France, a case that I heard from my mother, which someone she knew, another Jehovah's Witness she knew about this case. The case of someone not being a Jehovah's Witness because their parents had joined the religion when she was already older. So she was not ever a Jehovah's Witness. Her parents were, and somehow they were convinced by some elders to give their assets once they were dead, and that person knew nothing about it. And when her parents died, well, guess what? Her inheritance went to the Watchtower because those people were convinced that they had to give their asset to this organization, to Jehovah. But the thing is, that money went to that organization, and that person with parents who were Jehovah's Witnesses and died, and she had the right to get as an inheritance everything that her parents owned. Well, she had nothing. Her inheritance, that inheritance that's due to her as their child, went to that organization. You need to know that. You need to know that this happens. And it has happened, and unfortunately, if no more people are aware of what's going on with this organization, it will happen again.
Every worthwhile thing we have also comes from Jehovah. I feel privileged to return to Jehovah what I originally received from him.
And I think this deep joy in my heart is the very blessing that I receive from Jehovah.
Do you see the clever indoctrination here? Whatever I give, well, it already is Jehovah's. Whatever I have, Jehovah give it to me. Therefore, whatever I give to this organization, well, I give it back to Jehovah.
There are many forms of giving. Go to the donation information page to see what options are available in your country. However, some types of donations typically require planning or additional information. If you have any questions, you can check with your local branch office. Feel free to submit a request for more information, and your local branch office will respond by email within a few days. Or you can call the branch directly using the phone number provided.
And I promise you that in this case, they will answer all your questions.
But what if we wish to continue giving in the ways we have been, or we don't understand how to use these new tools? New tools can be hard to understand at first. But asking for the help of a trusted brother or sister in the congregation can help us take advantage of these tools. Exodus 35:5 and 21 says, "Take up a contribution for Jehovah from among yourselves. Let everyone with a willing heart bring a contribution for Jehovah, gold, silver, copper." Then everyone whose heart impelled him, and everyone whose spirit incited him, came and brought their contribution for Jehovah. Just as the Israelites knew what options they had in giving to Jehovah, we want to know the different ways that we can make donations and the tools we can use to do so. Please take time to review these options on the donation information page and use the methods and tools that are best for you. No matter how we choose to donate, we can be confident that just as in the days of Moses, the donations we make support pure worship. And whether we are giving of our time, our energy, or our resources, we know that Jehovah loves a cheerful giver.
But one thing we can be sure of is that the Israelites in the time of Moses, they didn't have an infomercial telling them how to give and the many ways they could use to give money and everything they owned. This is Jehovah's Witnesses world. This is not the world of old Israelites in the time of the Bible. Let's not confuse the two. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like it, share it, comment, and I'll see you as always on my next video. Be sure to subscribe and click on the bell. See you later. Bye-bye.